Near a great forest lived a poor woodcutter, his wife, and their 2 children, Hansel and Gretel. There was a terrible famine in the land, and one night, as they lay hungry, the man sighed, "What will become of us? We cannot even feed our children." His wife replied coldly, "Tomorrow we will take the children deep into the forest and leave them there. They will not find the way back." The man protested, but she scolded him until at last he agreed, though his heart ached. The children, unable to sleep from hunger, heard everything. Gretel wept, but Hansel whispered, "Don't worry, I will think of something." When the house was quiet, he slipped outside and filled his pockets with shining white pebbles. At dawn, the wife woke them roughly. "We are going into the forest. Here is some bread. Eat sparingly." Hansel hid the pebbles in his pocket, and as they walked, he dropped them one by one behind him. Deeper and deeper they went until the parents made a fire and told the children to rest. Hansel and Gretel waited long, but at last they fell asleep. When they awoke, it was dark and their parents were gone. Gretel began to cry, but Hansel said, "Wait for the moon to rise." When it did, the pebbles gleamed like silver. Hand in hand, they followed the trail all night and reached home at dawn. Their father was relieved, but the wife scolded them. Soon after, famine struck again. The wife insisted they abandon the children once more, this time farther away. Hansel again tried to gather pebbles, but the door was locked. He crumbled his bread instead, dropping crumbs as they walked. But when the moon rose, no crumbs remained. The birds had eaten them. The children were truly lost. For 3 days they wandered, eating only berries. On the 3rd day, they saw a beautiful white bird singing sweetly. When it flew ahead, they followed. The bird led them to a strange little house, built of bread, roofed with cake, with sugar windows. Hungry and amazed, they began to eat. Then a thin voice called from inside, "Nibble, nibble like a mouse." "Who is nibbling at my house?" The children answered, "Never mind, it is the wind." They continued eating, but soon the door opened and out hobbled an old woman with a crutch. She smiled and beckoned them inside. There she served them a fine meal in soft beds. But the old woman was a wicked witch who lured children to eat them. Early next morning, she seized Hansel and locked him in a cage. "Fatten him up," she ordered Gretel. Each day she made Gretel cook rich food for Hansel, while Gretel herself got nothing but scraps. Every day the witch demanded Hansel stretch out his finger to check his weight, but Hansel held out a little bone. The nearly blind witch thought he stayed thin. After 4 weeks, the witch grew impatient. "Fat or thin, tomorrow I will eat him. Heat the oven." She ordered Gretel to climb in and check if it was ready, but clever Gretel said, "I don't know how. Please show me." The witch leaned in, and quick as a flash, Gretel shoved her inside and slammed the iron door. The witch howled and burned. Gretel freed Hansel. Rejoicing, they explored the house and found chests of pearls and jewels. "This is better than pebbles," said Hansel. They filled their pockets and apron and set out to find home. Soon they reached a wide river. There was no bridge nor boat, but a white duck appeared. The children asked, "Duck, duck, here we stand, Hansel and Gretel on the land. Stepping stones and bridge we lack, carry us over on your white back." The duck carried them across, one at a time. They walked on until the woods grew familiar. At last they saw their father's house. The man wept with joy. His wife had died, and now his children were safely home. Hansel emptied his pockets, Gretel her apron. Pearls and jewels sparkled across the floor. And from that day they were never hungry again.